HTJ.tax, the international tax firm for 6, 7, and 8-figure investors and entrepreneurs who are living that international life. Are you ready?
How does owning a house instead of renting abroad affect the foreign housing exclusion deduction if filing separately and the property is solely owned by the foreign spouse and the American rent from, I see where you're going with that. The biggest, if it is that you are an employee, so we have lots of business owners, we have lots of entrepreneurs, we have lots of business owners. We also have expats as clients. If it is you're an expat, you are an employee with a foreign company, then the biggest benefit that you would enjoy working outside of the US is that Section 911 foreign earned income exclusion, right? Which goes up each year with inflation, but for last year, as you're doing your returns this year, I think it's like $112,000. So like the first $112,000 would be excluded from US taxes, which is, depending on your income, that could be a big deal. Now, on top of that, another benefit that you get working outside of the US is that housing deduction. If it is that you own the house, you don't get the housing deduction. If you're renting, that rental payment, so there's a big table. So, and depending on where you live, the allowance for that housing deduction it varies depending on where you are. So for example, if you're in a low cost jurisdiction, where the cost of living, like so let's say you're living in Ecuador, it'll probably be a lower amount than, let's say, Monaco or Singapore, which is where I'm based. So depending on where you are, the housing deduction varies. So, and that is a deduction for the rent you pay when you're working abroad. So if it is you own the home, or your partner or your spouse, your foreign spouse, if he or she owns their home, then you don't get that. So for what you're asking, whether you can rent from your spouse, that seems like it'll be difficult. It'll be a difficult one to, you can't basically, I would imagine that there needs to be some sort of formal contract, right? Because you sign your US tax return under penalty of perjury. At any point in time, the IRS can ask you to substantiate the figures that you provide, right? So if they ask, oh, you pay rent, well, where's the rental contract? You need to prove that, right? So you'd need to probably speak to an attorney licensed in the jurisdiction in which you reside and get a formal rental agreement done. And conversely, when your spouse receives that income, he or she may need to declare that on her or his personal tax return in that jurisdiction. So, and it could be, I would consult a local professional in terms of getting something drafted up, if that's what you want to pursue. But I guess it is possible, technically. But I get advice. Would speak to a tax professional as well as a local legal professional as well.
So if you're a 6, 7, or 8-figure investor, entrepreneur, or business owner who needs a tailor-made solution from a qualified team of professionals, we can help you achieve the international lifestyle, the freedom, and even the tax savings you're looking for. Visit us at htj.tax and live that international life.